Oh, what a foretaste. The greatest testimony that Jesus could have was not John the Baptist's testimony or yours or mine, as important as it is for us to do that. And even his own works were not the greatest testimony to who he was. But in verse 37, Jesus said this, "And the Father who sent me has himself testified concerning me." The Father himself testified and gave witness to the fact that this man, Jesus, was the Son of God. Now, we see this in Matthew chapter 3, verse 17. A voice from heaven booms out while Jesus is baptized and says, "This is my Son, whom I love. With him I am well pleased." It's a wonderful moment when the voice of God was heard. It happened again, in fact, when Jesus was transfigured. In Matthew 17, that same voice came from a cloud and said, "This is my Son, whom I love. With him I am well pleased." And in fact, it happened one more time in John chapter 12. Jesus said, "Father, glorify your name." And in verse 28, a voice comes from heaven and says, "I have glorified it and will glorify it again." And so the voice of God backs up the actions of Jesus. The voice of God the Father testifies. There's no greater testimony than the testimony of God himself. And think about this, friends. It was at God's voice that the earth was made. He spoke and the world came into existence. We see that in Genesis. And so here again, God spoke. God spoke and his power was unleashed in Jesus' life. Don't take this one lightly, friends. The greatest testimony for the truth of Jesus Christ as the Son of God was the voice of God himself coming down from heaven. Marvel at Jesus today, because he truly is who he claims to be.
My song, praising my Savior.